Alright, so I'm working on getting the reverse camera installed. Right now I'm just working on this assembly. So I already took that panel off. I'm gonna work on this one. The thing to be careful with is these go like this, right? Sorry. So these go like this. Is the bottom portion where it meets the hatch panel. You want to pry to the side on this corner. Lift it up once you unclip it, and then lift up from that corner as well, because you have two clips. One of which I broke on this side, on this one, and I think I also broke it on this side. So once you unscrew it, there's a screw right here. It's a Phillips head. It goes in there. You just unscrew that one, and then you can start prying on it. So you go like that, and then like I said, I already think I broke this one, but you get like a little panel too if you have one. Try to lift up from this. There you go, and release. Just try not to drop it like I did. And that's that. This is how they look in the back. They have those two clips which go into those slots, and then the other clip that grabs onto that side and this side. So there's two clips, like I said, that did break it. On both sides? No, just on one side of this one. So you just gotta be careful and pry on that. Next is, there's another screw that I already removed also from right here. I removed all the screws at once. And yeah, that should be all it. This panel should come down, so I'll put you guys in wide angle and hopefully able to get a good shot of this. Damn mosquitoes, I should have worn mosquito repellent. So I'm gonna be doing voiceover on some of these. As you can see, had a family day. I wasn't able to get the recording done the day before, so just watching my family around and working on the car. Right here, I'm trying to remove the panel. The clips are on there pretty good. These are very cheap panels. Well, not cheap. I've seen cheaper, but they're pretty thin, so you want to be careful. Just reach around, hit where you hit the clip. Try to pry down right next to it. That's what I'm gonna recommend. Those two in the back, well, not in the back, but in the bottom by the latch, those are the hardest ones. The other ones come out pretty easily. The ones on the window, closest to the window, come out pretty easy as well. It's just those that are right here in the back, and then there's one in the center that you really can't get to. But once you release the two bottom ones that are by the latch, everything seems to come off. So those are the ones you're gonna struggle with. Yeah, I recommend a longer pry tool. This is what I had, so I was just making it work as best I could. Might speed up the rest of the video just to save you guys some time, but it's just prying on those right there. Right here, I wanted to get you guys a closer view of those two bottom clips by the latch. They're pretty long, and they're separated from the panel, so a much larger pry tool would be very useful here. I had to just use what I had and pry really hard, and I was able to get them out without breaking anything, so pretty sure that you guys will be able to. So the key is just to try to get as close as possible to the clip, or the clip, yeah, and pry right next to it, and that'll facilitate it coming down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it here, and hopefully I catch it on video. As you can tell from the video, I already got one of the bottom sides loose, and I just end up prying on the other one. I had to get really close to the clip and pry pretty hard. You can see by my hand shaking that I was trying not to break the two and smack my hand on the edge. And they came loose. Right here, I just wanted to give you a better look at the clip locations on the panel, so you guys could choose your prying points accordingly. The bottom ones are the ones that are going to give you the hard time, along with that middle one. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Alright, I got the panel off. Next step is to get the other trim panel off, which is this one. Alright, so we have bolts. Yeah, we do have bolts. We have one there, one there, one there, and one up there. So I think it's these four. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And maybe another 2 right here. I don't know. We'll see. I'll start taking bolts off, see what releases. So 10mm. Okay, so I took out this one and this tubby hole. Let me zoom out, give me a little bit wider angle. So I took this one out, and same thing on this side. This one and then this one. So there are 2 more up here. So I'm gonna work on taking those out because I'm pretty sure those are holding it in too. You just kind of put it in a downward and out position because it clips in there with those 2 hooks. So downward and out, and then it clips. And it is also worth noting it is the 6 bolts. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug my negative battery terminal and then come back and record. So the light bulbs, you're just gonna twist and turn and release them, and then that's the center one is the clip. You're gonna have to unclip it from the bottom right there. So you press it and it should slide out. So yeah, so you do pressure it down and you gotta get it to jump that little tab right there. So I wedged the pry tool in between it and then pulled it, and it came out. The next question you need to ask is, are you gonna put the reverse camera on this side or on this side? This side gets the camera closer to the center of the vehicle, right? But this side will get you the license plate light to be right on the license plate. frame. This one you're kind of already out of the license plate frame, so you might get pulled over depending on how strict your state is about license plate lights. So for me, I just don't want any trouble, and I don't think that 1 inch over is going to make much of a difference. I'm going to put it on this side, and I'll leave a link to the description on this light, but technically you should slide right in and fit in where this factory light is. We're just going to push this tab in and have it slide out. That's it. Just push in the tab and it'll slide out. Now just slide the camera in. Go. I'm gonna lock it on this side and I'll push it in. There you go. There it is. Doesn't fill it in fully, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. I might fill it with silicone around here just to kind of seal it before I put it in, but it should be fairly good. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Kind of seals pretty well on this side too. Quick explanation on the next part is these 2 cables right here is your positive and negative for your LED light down here. So it's for this. So this you're gonna want to tap into your tail light. So, I mean, not your tail light, your license plate light. So you're gonna have to grab this one. I would splice it around here. Just cut it off there just in case you ever want to return to factory, which I don't know why you would, but if you want to leave that option open, you want to splice around here and be able to peel this off. And if you wanted to go back to factory, you could just solder this back in. But you're gonna splice it here, get a multimeter, touch both tips, turn on your car, turn on your lights, and see which one gives you the correct 12 volts. And that's how you'll know which polarity, which one's positive and which one's negative, in other words. Or another way you could do it is probe light. But I like the multimeter. I'll show you that process right now. So I've separated both wires. Just gonna splice them a little bit longer. Something to solder to. Okay, for this part, you need to plug the battery back in momentarily. You got to be very careful what you do now. You don't want to blow any fuses or anything, but I'm gonna take my multimeter, set it to volts DC, which I think it's in AC right now. So put select, change that to DC, there you go. And we're just gonna probe the ends. Well, actually I need to give power to the car and then turn the lights on and then probe the ends. I'll bring you along so y'all don't lose you guys. But technically what I'm doing is just going over here. Well, that's interesting. We're good. I think it is not detecting the key. There you go. Wasn't detecting the key. Got scared for a while. So technically my lights should be on. Yeah. That beeping is gonna make me insane. Let me go take care of that, closing the door. Okay. So let's see if I have you guys here. Put it down here. Where I can see it, which is gonna be over here with you guys. And see how that's holding, and we have positive. That means our polarity is correct. Let me try to flip them. I'm gonna pause you guys while I flip them. Okay, now I flipped them. So the polarity is now reversed, and you will see that it says negative. So that means your polarity is incorrect. So that's how you determine which was your ground from your power. So right now ground is on power and power is on ground. So that means red is ground and black is power. So sorry, I bring forward right there. So yeah, that's how you would determine that. You would need a multimeter to do that. Now make sure your power is off. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the battery, but for now what I did was I folded positive and left negative out straight. So I don't need to solder positive to this one, negative to that one. All right, for this part, you guys are gonna be kind of on your own. You're just gonna see from a distance, but I'm gonna be soldering my license plate light. They're not color coded, so like I said, you have to determine which one's positive, which one's negative, and then just solder them correspondingly. This is not a how to solder video, so that's gonna be up to you to learn, but hopefully you're able to do it. Just plug in the battery to test it real quick. Okay, we're gonna heat shrink now. You guys envision? I don't know. I'm gonna try. to keep it from sliding out. It's an extra precaution. I am going to add electrical tape over it, but that should be good enough as it is. There we go. Just taped it up real good. Nothing to it. Just to kind of help a little bit with the waterproofing and everything. There we go. All taped up. Should help with the waterproofing. So I think I had some T5s from when I did the Sequoia light replacement, so I'll go ahead and replace my other license plate light with an LED, and we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna plug it in. I already plugged in the latch opener again. I mean, you guys saw me remove it, so it's just pretty much plugging it back in, you know. There it is, it's plugged in. The other one's set, and I'm just gonna set the other one back in place by shoving it in and spinning it and locking. So nothing much to it. I'm not gonna record that part, so I hope that doesn't lose you guys. But this part, to sneak this in, I'm not gonna cut a hole in the grommet. I'm gonna go under it. If you know, water travels, tries to get around it. I'm gonna shove it into the back, seal the top, and then just put silicone on the bottom half, which I'm gonna go ahead and pop it out right now. There you go. Shove these in through the bottom, one at a time. Show them in, show them in. Let me get something to clean. Actually, I could clean it with this. Just get a clean side. Because I'm a silicone. Right on, once it dries, I'm a silicone the bottom half. That way it holds. But let me go ahead and shove that back in. It's a little bit trickier now with those cables in there, but I want them to be on the bottom, so there you go. Boom, boom. Oh, I didn't want that to latch. Damn it. Let me go plug in the battery. I don't know if most of that came out, but I was trying to get it on there. Technically siliconed it all the way to the bottom. If I ever need to remove it, I could heat it up and it'll unglue. And then I'll just clean it up. Cleans up pretty well for metal with alcohol. I added an extra zip tie just to hold everything in place. I'm gonna be putting everything back together now. Oof. Put that back out. Good, good, good. Okay, so it's on. I'm just gonna bolt it back on. Break it down for you guys. Do that again. So it's just bolting it back on. Show you guys a trick. Just put them on the extension. Get them started. You don't want to drill them right in, because then you're gonna cross thread, and that's no good. Just hand tight. They're all the same. They all look the same, so put them anywhere. Just hand tightening them right now. I'm not gonna tighten them all the way just in case something didn't go right. I'll pull it back down. I'll put that one in the way. Okay, that one probably doesn't go there. Let's try another one. That's it. Just tighten this one a little bit more. That's it for now. Just want to have it in place. So it'll come off. So just to give you guys a little info, today's gonna be like a 95-degree day, so I'm trying to get this done ASAP. And my shake's not covering anymore. Alright, so that's done for now. The sun's starting to heat up, so I'm gonna try to start moving a little bit quicker. So next matter at hand is I'm pulling power from the reverse light, which is down here. So I'm gonna have to guide these in through here. And all the way, I think poke them out through here and then try to guide them out through here. And to the bottom of the cabin right here. I think I need to remove this trim, if I remember correctly, the weather strip. And then that should let me pull this down and be able to work it out this way. We'll see. Disregard that last part. I don't know why I was having a brain for it. I'm gonna go this way since I'm taking it through the passenger side. So I'm gonna bring it out through here, down this way, grab it from this light, power and ground, and then take it down that way. Most likely we're not gonna have enough lead from the power and ground to make it from here all the way down there. So you're gonna probably have to add about 5 or 6 feet to get to the power and ground. And your RCA should be long enough to get you at least to the passenger seat. So we'll see once we get there. All right, so this is all you get for power and ground. So we plug it in here. That's not even gonna get us to this. So I'm just gonna be proactive and splice in like another 5 or 6 feet of wire. We probably use 18 gauge wire. Get me all the way to the power and ground of the reverse light. And we'll see how we tap in. And then also start leading the RCA, but I'm gonna do this first. Wire super thin, so you gotta be careful when you solder it. This is what it is. What we got. So give it a little bit more room. I'm gonna get some wire. Okay, I got my other wire. You guys see what I'm doing? Not really. Let's get that close. Okay. Start heating up like soldering gun. Get some solder on this. I'm gonna do red, positive, gray, negative. This way I know. You know what I forgot? Heat shrink. Let me go get some heat shrink. My understanding is we don't need this trigger wire, but I'm gonna run it at least up to here, just in case we do end up needing it. I don't have to go all the way back up here. I could just grab it from here, take it here, and run another. Well, I don't even need to run it, just take it from there to here, and then it'll pop out on the other side. But as far as I know, we don't need it. I'm just, as a precaution, running it up to here just in case. But I'll let you guys know at the end of the video if we need it or not. I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these together so we don't have any issues. What I really should have tried was tested the camera before we got this far, but we're at the point of no return, so we'll see what it is. I'll go ahead and pause the video. I'm gonna go take a water break. It's getting pretty hot. I think I looked at my thermostat. What is it? My weather, and it's already close to 80 degrees. Yep, we're at 78 already, so it's gonna be a hot one. Alright guys, it's story time. I got this shit stuck. It's not supposed to get stuck. It's supposed to help me guys wire, but whatever. So went on to plan B. I taped up everything, all the little holes. So we should be able to create pressure. I'm going to guide this string in, and then I'm gonna try to suction it with the vacuum, see if I can get it suctioned to the other side. Right here, I'm gonna suction it to here. So we'll see how that goes right now. Let me set everything up. All right, I'm gonna try to get you guys at a good angle, but if you guys can't see, too bad, I'm working. So just kind of get the idea that you have to see all the holes and create back pressure for the vacuum. So Okay, so I managed to run the string from here all the way up to here using the vacuum and sealing. So what you have to do is little sections. So try to get it from here to here. So from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, and from there to there. And that's the easiest way to do it. I was trying to shoot it straight shot it, but it wasn't working out. Then I went a little bit shorter, and then I had to go the shortest distance. So don't waste your time. Try to just aim for the shortest side. There's a lot of obstacles here, so you gotta be careful. I got my fucking snake cut, so if I'm not able to take it out, I'm gonna cut it. But this string is too thin. It'll hold for now, but I'm gonna pass a little bit thicker one for pulling the wires. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna run it, pull it with this string, pull the thicker string, and hopefully that'll go without a hitch. So we'll see. All right, finally with the vacuum and this, I was able to get this thicker, well, rope, I guess you could call it, to be able to guide all the cables out. It took me like 2 hours to figure out. So I also had a mechanic's wire and it fucking got stuck. So I spent like an hour trying to take that out. It's about 94 degrees already. So I'm just trying to get this done already. So technically I just blocked off everything, all the holes, and pressurized well, a small string. You need to use like a lightweight string, something like this, so it sucks up and comes, and you're able to guide a thicker rope through it. So hope that helps. I'm gonna carry on guiding the wires right now, so I'll get you back on once I start doing it. So I plugged it in, both the RCA cable and the power cable. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them in tape just so they don't separate. And I'll show you guys once I did it. All right, there we go. Just tape them up, keep them from separating. What I'm gonna do is jump them from this hole over this way, and then tie them to the rope and start guiding them out. All right, so I got the wires ready to run. I brought the cable all the way out to here. I unhooked this. I know I didn't show it, but technically it's hooked in. You just get a pry tool like right in the middle and try to push in and downward. Same thing with this one, but this one's in the front, it's not in the middle. So on the driver's side, you poke in and then pry up, and then it pops out. And that should give you a little bit more flexibility of trying to get the cables in. I'm gonna try to run the RCA through there, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get it in. But at least I'll try to get the power wires in through there, and we'll figure out the RCA. That's not any thicker, so we'll see. We'll see what we were able to do. I got all the wires through, at least to the rear. I just need to pass them down into the cabin of the car. I'm gonna try to squeeze in the RCA and the power cables into this garment, but I don't know if it's gonna fit. So I'll get back to you. What I'm gonna do is just try to guide it in and see if I can get it to pop out on the other side. But we'll see. Look who finally decided to show up for work. The stupid iPhone finally came back to life. But yeah, there it is. So I taped the wire into the zip tie and I pulled it through slowly and carefully. You don't want to separate the tape from the wire because then you're gonna have to start over. So just very carefully pull it through and wiggle it. I need 2 hands, so that's pretty much what I'm doing. Pulling the zip tie and pulling the wire through. RCA, I don't think it's gonna fit. It's already a tight fit as it is. I don't think it fits. I'm gonna give it one go. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna run it through the outside. Make a hole on both sides. One through here, silicone it. One through here, silicone it. I couldn't pass it through there. It just didn't fit. So I'm gonna cut it past the cable without the RCA head and then solder it back on. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I chopped the head right here and passed it through the garment. So I'm gonna go ahead and seal that up, pass this down here, and then work on soldering it. It's only 3 wires. I already spliced the other side. So I'll just solder those 3 together, heat shrink them, and then yeah, should have a working RCA again. Well, actually AV out. Okay, we're getting to the end here. Well, not the end, but I'm trying to speed up because it's fucking hot. It's 95 degrees right now. I've been on this longer than I wanted to be on it. I'm cramping up already. I thought it was gonna be like a 3-hour job. It's almost 4 in the afternoon already, so I've been on it all morning and all afternoon. So technically I ran this out through here. Just be careful not to bend this too much because you're gonna have to get it back up on the under the weather stripping. I'm gonna start guiding them this way. But before I do that, I'm just gonna solder these back together, the head and the cable. So I got the cable right here, and then the head's over here. I already spliced it, so I'm just gonna splice this one so you guys can see it's all the same. It's just matching wires. So if you don't know how to solder, I don't recommend you guys do this. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and splice it right there. There we go. Now I got my 3 wires over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and solder them wire to wire, and then just we'll have a working head again. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm probably over here with the tail light. So technically I'm just gonna take it up to here, and I'll show you anything if I need to over here in the tail light. And from that point is just guiding it towards the front. I think I'm gonna take it up to the roof like a lot of people have done it. So I'll slide it in through here, over into the headliner, and then probably bring it down over there by the passenger side pillar. Okay, soldered all 3 of them together. It's not the prettiest solder, it's better to work. I'm just gonna tape each one individually and then tape them together. Starting to rush it, almost forgot I needed to record. So I just removed 2 T25s from the tail light right here and right here, and that should release the tail light, I think. So let's see. Reverse light is going to be this one. So that is the reverse light, the black and white wires. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. So we're gonna get over here from here. Okay, so there's some panels I need to remove to get in here. I think I'm gonna need to remove that screw. And we'll see if maybe I could pop this one off. Oof, that's not good. Whatever. We'll see what I'm able to pop off right here. Okay, so I unscrewed it and I was able to pop this panel off. A few clips inside. And that should give me access to getting at least something to fish the cable, probably another zip tie. So we'll see. So now I was just getting the power wire ran down to there. See if I could get the zip tie in there and catch it on video. Well, not too bad. Maybe. Easier said than done. There it is. Take out the bolts. Pretty sure black is ground, so this is going to all of them, and white is going to be our 12-volt positive. So that's the way I'm going to wire it. So the way I see it, white is right next to ground over here. So technically reverse light is this, negative and positive. So I'm just going to tap into the negative and the positive back here and then put it back in, and it should be weatherproof. So I'll be able to use taps, T-taps, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. I use T-taps for now just because I'm crunching time. Maybe later on in the future I'll solder these connections, but for now this will suffice. I'm gonna go ahead and just shove everything back in there, seal it with the grommet, put the tail light back on, start routing the RCA back. Well, it's an RCA, but it's a video cable to the front. Alright, so I got everything put back together. Sorry I'm in a rush, I gotta go pick up my kids, but probably gonna leave the programming for later at night. But so far, just put this back in, popped everything back in, and put the weather strip back on here. And everything's already ran. When I started, I wanted to make this the most comprehensive video, but since things got complicated, I'm just gonna make it simple. I brought the cable and tucked it in through here, in this gap. Peeled back the weather strip a little bit, and then started shoving it in through here. See, right there. Tuck it in the back of the plastic, all the way down through here. Ran it through here, separated a little bit of this panel, and started pushing it through. Made its way to the front. And that's where I'm at. I'm probably gonna stop right now because I gotta go pick up my kids. But I'll come and take the radio disassembly out later and show you guys through the programming of the backup camera, and I'm also gonna be adding a few things more to mine, so we'll see. All right, YouTube, we're in the home stretch. Yesterday, I told you that I ran the cable up to here. I just didn't have a time to finish up yesterday, so I'll have to do it today. I popped this panel out. I used a pry tool. You could also spin it with a flathead, take it out. That should give us access to removing this one. I kind of don't want to damage it. I don't have my plastic prying tools because I already misplaced them. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. I mean, you guys can figure it out. It's mostly just kind of popping in here. Okay, so let's pry it back here. Pry on the bottom right here, and it pops out. And then up from here. Oop, knock that clip out. Let's see where I need to put that one in. Just bend it out. Let's see where this one came out of. Right here. So I think it slides in here. I'll go ahead and slide it in later. Well, you can do it now. And I'm just gonna figure out where to route the cables through. Probably through here and up. So I'm gonna route it in through here and up. But first I'm gonna put the extension, and then I'm gonna bring it out to the glove, behind the glove box. So let me do that and then come back. Alright, so I did it the lazy way. I should have probably ran it in through here and up, but hopefully it doesn't get caught with the clips. It should be fine. Screw clip in there, put it into there. Took out the glove box, just squeeze the sides and bring it down. Just get these clips to clear. And then you got it up to here. Oh, let me bring it in. I don't know if it's gonna reach. I'm gonna be very, very close. Might need like 2 or 3 inches, but I'm gonna give it a try. See how far we get it before I put an extension. Might leave the extension just bundled up like that. That might be enough. Okay, for the next part, you have to take the screen off. I got my plastic panel tools. I know I have the car on. It's too hot to be working without AC right now in here. You can see the 100 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking off the screen and work it back. Once I go to start disconnecting plugs, I am gonna disconnect the battery. Turn the car off and disconnect the battery. But for now, let's see. Wow, that's on there really hard. So I just spent like the last 4 minutes recording and my storage is full on the iPhone. So technically what I did is I removed the panel. I did lose 3 clips, 1, 2, 3. They fell into the panel. I'm gonna see if I could get some when I remove the screen. If not, I'm gonna have to buy replacements for it to grab on correctly. But yeah, everything's off. It is a pain in the ass, but those are your 6 jacking points. With a pry tool, you should be able to get in under them and pry them. And then what's left is 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws, and then you can pull the screen out. You can pull it up and forward, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the car, disconnect the battery. It is 100 and something degrees out here right now, so it's gonna be pretty hot. I'm just gonna try to get it done as soon as possible. All right, so these are T25 torque screws. Try not to drop them. Oop. Okay, so let's get those two out. I'll do this one-handed. Put them in here. 1, 2. These are more, you have to be more careful with these. So I'll put you guys down a little bit. And one more. Okay, got those two out. Okay, I'll let that out. And there you go. My camera's a little bit off, but there it is. I wonder if I have to release this. Wonder what this is. Seems to be attached. I'm gonna release it for now. Let's see if that gives me a little bit more flexibility. A little bit more. Not a lot, to be honest, but enough to be able to unplug this. So just flip. I think you need to press a button here or something, and then I'm gonna need both hands, and then I'll explain it. But I think you have to. Where is it? Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna need both hands, so I have to put you guys down for a bit. So there's this nudge right here. You push right in front of the clip to release. Push it down, and then you'll feel that the clips start to want to rise. I just did it right now. So yeah, just push on these knobs, and then they should want to release the clip. There you go. And that lets you lift it, and you should be able to pull it out. There you go. And then on that one, I need to get a better look. Alright, moment of truth is I'm not gonna really remove all this, since I'm not gonna be messing with none of this. So I mean, you can see this one, you pinch there and it comes out. This one I'm not too sure, probably on the top. Something on the top. Yeah, you might pinch and come out, but I'm not gonna take them out since I'm not gonna be messing with them. So for now, I'm just gonna attach my harness, which I bought to just not have to tear into anything up here and keep everything factory. So I'll go ahead and get this one secured, and then plug in my camera and test everything out. So this is gonna plug in here, and it's gonna plug back into the radio, and then I'm gonna plug the camera in, and then we'll test things out. I'm being kind of lazy, so I bought this little jumper, RCA jumper, so I'm gonna be attaching it to that one, and then just attaching this one at the other end and taping everything together to hold it in place. First of all, I'm gonna test everything, then we'll go from there. So let's do this, and then we'll go into the programming. All right, so I did have to remove the unit. This connector is a USB. It has this connector on top. Just press it and pull back. This one I broke, but it still grabs on. I tried it again, it does hold, so it should be fair enough, but I barely broke it right there. This one is very hard. You have to kind of like push it really hard in for that to lever up and release, and then you'll be able to slide it out. And Beyond that, it was this one. The other two I left intact on the unit. Those two I didn't touch. So there's a little clip that holds it. So you push down and it hops over that lever, but it's a pretty long lever, so whatever. Not too concerned about that. I think it's for the radio or satellite radio or one of those two things that I don't really use anyway. So I'm gonna have to remove this so I can shove some of the cabling down there, because this is in my way right now. So I think it takes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those out and remove that panel right now. I'll see what size it is too. All right, so I ended up having to take out the dash kit for the radio. So it's just these two clips that hold it in place here. You unbolt the top, which are these two screws, which I had already, well, I hadn't already, but they're 7mm right here, and then the 4 that hold this panel in place, and then you have to pop the panel up, and then with the radio pull it out, because it's kind of like linked together, and then you're able to get space to be able to wiggle cables through the back, which I'm going to work on tightening up a little right now, and then follow up with that. Alright, I know I skipped the part, kind of put everything back in place and I already connected it, but I'm in a time crunch, sorry, and trying to get this finished because this heat's killing me already. So I'm gonna start plugging stuff in, and then start plugging the radio back in. I put the harness down there, just like a little spot for the main connector to hook in with the adapter, and then I just brought the adapter head out, plugged in the backup camera. I'm gonna throw this back down there. And you know what I just realized? That I think I might have left some of the cables back there, so now I'm gonna have to pull it out again. Go ahead and do that. So technically you unhook it from up here. That's gonna be the pain in the ass. You push forward and unhook. Oh man, that's kind of why I wanted to have everything in place already, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull those cables out and then get back to it. Just trying to get this done already. All right, make sure you get your cables out. Don't leave them stuck like I did. So I got everything to start plugging everything back in. My phone's dying too, so hopefully I'm able to get most of this. If not, I'll catch up to you guys on the programming. But technically now it's just wiring everything back and the rest is programming. So just reverse the steps that it took to get here. And you guys should be good. So I'm gonna go through the rest of the assembly and see how that goes. Doing the voiceover here. I kind of cut quickly away from the other portion, but I just reassembled everything. Technically that's all that happened. So here I'm gonna go really quickly over how to download the ForceScan software, which you'll need for the programming. You go to the ForceScan website. You can zoom in and see the web page on top. You go to this section, you download the program, then you open it and install it. You need to install it so you can get your serial number, or your, not your serial number, but like your device ID to register it, because you need that for the registration process. The software is free, but you have to renew every 2 to 3 months. I forget, I think it's 3 months, 90 days, I forget. The point is, you download it, it's free to use. You have to come over here to this place. So this is the software right here, it's already open. You have to go all the way to the bottom. You'll see where I click right now. And then you get your hardware ID, and then you need to copy that, and then you need to paste that when you go to register to get your account key. So that's how you get it for free. You have to get your hardware ID. You go over here. I'm gonna open the web page really quick right now if I could figure it out. And you go to the right there where I'm about to click. Yeah, that one. I had to delete this section because it had my info, but technically you put your hardware ID there that you copied. You just paste it, fill in the information on top, and it'll take you to this link. Once you do that, it'll take you to this web page, which means you need to stay on this page. Once you waited a while, maybe 10-15 minutes, you refresh it. If it still hasn't processed, you gotta wait to 30 minutes, and then you'll get a link. When you refresh the page, you'll get a link. You download that link, and that's your hardware, your license key actually. And then it'll download a file. So choose where you want to put that file, somewhere where you could find it easily. So I put it in my downloads folder just because, I mean, it's easy to find my downloads folder. So you guys could put it anywhere, put it on your desktop, anywhere where it'd be easier for you to find, because you're gonna need to upload that file, and it's specific to your computer. So make sure you do it on the computer that you want to use for the programming. So there it is. The license key is downloaded. Then you go back to the software or the program, whatever you want to call it. You open it up. Let me get there. I think I'm a little behind here. I don't know. Okay, so I think I figured it out here. So I open the program. You go back to that registration page, the option all the way at the bottom. And then you click load license key. If you can't see your files, or you can't find your files that you usually have, you have to make sure you click on the home directory. So right here, you're like in the C drive. So you need to get out of the C drive, go back home, and then right here you'll have your downloads, documents, or wherever you saved the file. And from here, you just look for your license key. So there it is, Forescan license key. Click it, click OK. Blah blah blah. It's gonna give you some things. You're just gonna have to click yes, and then it'll reload the program, and it should be activated for full access and full use. All right, finally getting around to doing the programming video. I actually already did the programming. Try to keep it like this. I want to show license plates, but I already did the programming. I already updated to Sync 3.4. I haven't decided if I'm gonna try to revert back, but I'm just gonna walk you guys through what I did, and hopefully this explains everything. So technically, you just open Forescan, make sure your USB is connected, and you have your device plugged in on the high speed setting when you initially plug in. So I'm not getting a weird reflection over here, and I don't know why my computer has small icons. I think it's like a configuration thing, but technically what you're gonna do is you're gonna come down here and you're gonna click on connect to vehicle. So connect to vehicle, that's what I'm gonna click on, and then it brings this up telling you to make sure that it's this that you're using. I click OK. So now it's saying this is my vehicle. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna probably blur out the last of the VIN, but yes, this is it. I already recognized it because I had already plugged it in. So it's asking if you have one that can switch, yes or no. So you say yes because mine switches, and then it's gonna tell you to go back to medium speed, and then click OK. So we're gonna go and do that. So I'm gonna go down to the switch, and let me see if I can reach it. Switched, and now we're gonna hit OK. Let me zoom out. It's gonna continue reading the rest of the modules. So I think it's done. Let's see. I'm gonna go over here now. So where I went was, let me zoom in for you guys. I went to this one. Click on this S with the chipset. Module configuration as built. And And then you have PCM and APIM. We're looking for APIM. Module configuration. I'm gonna highlight it, then go down here and click play. Please make sure the following vehicle is not moving. Okay, vehicle is not moving. So we click OK. I do have the power on. Oof. So I think I went over my extended license period. So I'm gonna have to get that sorted out right now. I'll come back. Alright, so I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Technically what happened is I updated this PC from Windows 11 Home to Windows 11 Pro. So I think that might have messed with the key activation. So I just need, cause it did change, it did end up changing the, I guess, hardware key. There you go, the hardware serial number. So, yeah, so let's just continue from there onto this one. So like I said, I've already done the updates. So if you look here, I already have my reverse camera, which looks pretty good if you ask me. Pretty good quality in my opinion, the one that I installed. But I did that. I did the ST splash screen, and I also did the climate controls on the screen, so you can see right there. So I did those 3 changes. I did not, and so the reason why I kind of don't want to go through this anymore, and I regret not recording last time, is because I already upgraded the radio software to 3.4, the Sync 3 software to 3.4 from 3.0. I think it was capped out at 3.0 on this car. So I don't want to risk messing with that, so I don't want to go through the whole process again. I'm just going to explain it to you what I did, and hopefully that helps you enough, which kind of diverts from what I originally wanted this video to be, which was everything from start to beginning. I mean, from start to finish. Sorry, start to beginning. From start to finish. The thing is, the weather's been really hot. Getting things done in a timely manner with my schedule became really hard, so I just kind of skipped through a lot of things. But let's just go back to where we were. We got to the APIM module here. Like I said, you select the APIM as build. So make sure you have the APIM as built, because that's your APIM module that controls the radio and interface. So then you go down here to play. Looks like a play button, so hopefully you guys can see that in the video. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and press. So it's asking me to switch to high speed. So I gotta switch to high speed. Let me go ahead and bend down. I'm fat, so I gotta bend down there. So technically when I'm switching, let me record that. Switching the switch over again to high speed. Ugh, can't get it to focus. But I like to push it in and then switch so it doesn't disconnect with the movement. But there it goes, it locked on me. But once you switch it over, you click OK. Gives you this disclaimer, and I'm gonna give you my disclaimer. Do this at your own risk. You could break your APIM's module if you mess around and end up switching the wrong value. So just be extra careful when doing this. Make sure that you've done your research and have confirmed that the codes that you're gonna change will work. If not, you know, do your own research. So the reason why it wasn't that hard for me is because my model year is 2017, and there's a video already out there, and I want to give him credit. Let me pull out my phone real quick because I don't want to be a dick. Indecisive Garage, that's his YouTube channel name. I'll go ahead and show it because he gave us a lot of information, since his has pretty much the same setup as mine. I grabbed everything from his, but I kind of just broke it down to explain it a little bit clearer, because I did kind of have to decipher and look through it. So technically speaking, what I've changed is on this first line, the 7D00101. It was 2130, and then it was 2 on the second set. It was 65, and then I forget what the other two were. 05, I think. I'm not too sure on that one, but what I ended up changing was the 3, the second. So let me use my arrow to point instead of using my finger. So I changed this second well, I guess second number set right here. The second number on this set. So it's 2-3. It used to be 2-1. So I changed this to a 3. And then the 6, this used to be 6-5. I changed it to 1. And that, I think, is what activates your reverse camera. So changing those two values got the camera to work. And I did these individually. I didn't save them individually to show them. I guess I should have, but when I did it, I didn't do it individually. I just changed them individually, loaded the A pin, and then went to the next thing. So I confirmed the reverse camera worked. When I changed those two, then I came back here, and the next thing I changed was for the control, for the AC controls to be on the screen, which require you to, if I remember correctly from watching that user's video, and you guys could go ahead and find that video. Just pause the video where I showed it and you'll get the name of the video. But technically speaking, on the second row, so we're talking about, what's that? Trying to see over the camera. 7D01002. So let me read that again. 7D00102, sorry. 0102, which is the second line on the second set. So that means, let me get my arrow. This one, the second set, second number, this needs to be switched to a 2. So from whatever it was, I changed it to a 2. The next thing you need to do is figure out if your car has HD radio, which mine does. Because if it doesn't, this interval right here, back in the same line, the 7D00101, this last number right here on the second set either needs to be a 2 if it has no HD radio, or a 3 if it has HD radio. So that's what I changed. I changed that to a 3. I forget what it was. I think it was a 5 before. And that got the AC controls to work and show up on the screen. What I did is I changed those numbers. I came down here and then I clicked on write all. And it takes a couple seconds. It literally took like about less than 10 seconds on mine. So, and mine's a little bit older computer, so it should probably take around there or a little bit more, say 15-20 seconds. If it's taking longer than that, then something probably is going wrong. But don't quote me on that. Luckily, I didn't have anything go wrong, so everything went pretty smoothly. Every time I clicked write all, it took about, I want to say 5 or 6 seconds, and then the radio would restart and boot up and then show the new upgrades that I had put in. And then the last thing that I did was I wanted the ST splash screen, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is this one. All right, so you have to go to this row, right, and you change this second. So on the second set, second integer, I guess, because this is a letter, it's a capital B. So whatever was here, I forget what it was, I deleted it and then just put capital B and then wrote it, and that gave me the restart. When it restarts, I don't want to turn it off because I'm using the program right now, but when it restarts, it gives me the ST splash screen. And you have other options, but come on guys, like don't go putting a Mustang splash screen on this, or come on, it's not your car, just put the ST. It is a ST branded car, so just stick with the program, guys. Other than that, that was all I changed. So I almost forgot to mention, and I think it's something that I'm gonna cut. So I'm gonna cut this from the video and put it in the beginning of this section. But make sure before you start anything, your original files, whatever you have here, don't change anything. Just come in here and go to the bottom and go to save all down here. Okay, I want you to save all. We're right next to write all. You want to save all your original settings before you change anything. That way, if anything goes wrong, you could at least load your A pin back to its original settings, and hopefully that'll revert you back from any errors that you might encounter. But that's what you need to do first, and then I'm probably gonna continue on with this video from here. So I'm gonna cut this section out and put it back in the beginning. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did. After that, you just go, once you're done doing your editing, and if you want to load, I have backup files right here. Backup camera, SD splash screen, that's how I saved it. And Fiesta OEM APM configuration. Like I said, I don't want to reload it and show you guys how I did it. I mean, if you watch the person that I referred, let me get his name again, because I keep like forgetting. Indecisive Garage. If you watch his video, he does a very good explanation loading and unloading the packages, so you get an idea of how fast that goes and where you're supposed to be seeing. But beyond that, I did it, I loaded it, everything worked, and about a week later, I upgraded the interface to the 2.4 interface, and it's been working great so far, so I have no complaints. So it worked for me, and I hope this video helps you guys out if you're installing the reverse camera. And once you're done using it, just make sure you go down here and you click on stop service, because you don't want to mess with anything anymore. And then you come up here to the vehicle, and then you come back down here, and instead of clicking connect, you can click disconnect. So now it disconnects from the vehicle. Now you can unplug everything, and that's it. I mean, that's how you install the reverse camera. Changing those values in the APIM will enable reverse camera. It was a pain in the ass, but it's worth it to get the reverse camera working on this car. So I hope you guys find this video useful and you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys.